Hello everybody, my name is Ethan. Welcome back to another video on Pokemon Go. We are going to be jumping into the Great League with a new team here featuring Samurott, Galvantula, and Defense Form Deoxys. Defense Form Deoxys has been featured a couple times. I think Galvantula has been featured one time, but Samurott makes its first debut on this channel, and it's going to be running Fury Cutter, not Bug Bite, Fury Cutter with Hydro Cannon, its Community Day move, and Mega Horn. So it's got a very interesting move set, and it is very highly rated on PvPoke, which is very interesting to me. I didn't think it would be, but because you get to those Hydro Cannons so quickly, it is a very good thing. Hydro Cannon is just such a broken move. It will do very well on any Pokemon that it does end up getting. So in this match, they led Empoleon, which I have seen a couple of today, as well as these Mandabuzzes that I did see a couple of as well. My best answer to Mandibuzz is definitely going to be Galvantula, but I just had to safe swap Deoxys to see what happens. Galvantula is actually one of the sneaky best safe swaps in the game. There's only a couple of things that really have a good time at walling it. The first one is obviously going to be that Galarian Stunfisk. That's going to be its hardest counter, right? And then there are a couple extras, but it does very well in this meta. It does well against Registeel. It also does well against Walrein, Azumarill. It has some pretty awesome matchups, so it is one of my favorite mons, probably one of my top 5 favorite mons to run in the Great League. And you're going to see right here how quickly this Samurott gets to Hydro Cannon. So we just threw one, and as you can see, we are already back at another one. That is just insane how quickly you do end up getting those Hydro Cannon. The video is sped up a little bit, but just so we're not sitting here waiting for charge moves to go through. But it is still really, really good. Very quick to all of these fast moves. So we're going to end up throwing the Hydro Cannon chunks that Alolan Ninetales. We do end up winning CMP tie, meaning we are going to win this first match here. A very nice first match to win on. There we go. All right, hopping into the next match here, we are going to go against Fish Fanboy here, and they are going to lead Snorlax. And this is a very interesting one. Fury Cutter does a lot less damage than Lick. Both fast moves are not stab, so no one's getting that 20% boost there. But as you can see, these Hydro Cannons going to take out almost 50% of the health on this Snorlax here. I'm not going to shield the Body Slam. Here's the only bad part about Samurott is it gets chunked really bad sometimes. It doesn't have the best health, but it is extremely spammy, able to throw a lot of moves. They're going to spend a shield, so I'm going to end up going into Deoxys defense form. And when they swap Azumarill, I'm fine with that because we do have access to Thunderbolt, which is going to be doing super effective damage to the Azumarill, which is going to chunk it for about 40% health-ish. The only issue with this Azumarill is the fact that it does resist all these counters because of the fairy typing. Going for another Thunderbolt here. This Thunderbolt would KO the Azumarill, so we'll have to see. They do end up shielding, and we are going to keep countering up. Now, they threw an Ice Beam, so they could have access to Hydro Pump, which most likely would KO, but they're going to throw the Ice Beam instead. It's going to allow us to get to that Thunderbolt, which is definitely going to be taking out the Azumarill at this range. And we're going to end up flipping switch. They're going to swap in the Body Slam here from Snorlax, but that's all right. We don't need to shield it. Our Deoxys has done what it needs to. Here's the scary thing, though. They swap in a Typhlosion. The thing about Typhlosion, though, is we have a shield advantage, and Discharge is going to be doing a crazy amount of damage. We're going to Fury Cutting down. Fury Cutting down. I don't even know. What would you say? Fury Cuttering? I don't even know. They are going to get to another Body Slam, but, you know, we saved that shield from before, so that's very fortunate for us. And that was actually really key because if I didn't swap into the other Pokemon there, we wouldn't have won. Going up against one of the hardest mons for this team, of course, Altaria. Altaria is going to resist basically everything. The best matchup is probably Galvantula, but Galvantula is not the tankiest thing, so, you know, swapping that in wouldn't most likely be the best thing for us there. We don't even get to the second Hydro Cannon, which really, really stinks. I was really hoping we were able to get to that. I don't even know what you swap in here. We're going to swap in the Deoxys, but they swap in G-Stunfisk, so there is still a window of hope here for this game. Obviously, this Galarian Stunfisk doesn't take any damage from our charge move, but our fast move does do a lot of damage. It is adding up here. We are going to throw the Thunderbolt, which is double resisted, but we don't want to debuff our attack. They are going to end up going for the Rock Slide here, which I don't believe KOs. It does not KO. We are going to end up going for the Psycho Boost. Even though it's single resisted, it does give that 20% damage boost. We were hoping to get a KO there. And it looked like a little turn of lag. I had like a turn of not throwing a charge move or a fast move there. So I do wonder if I would have won that. Now, this is going to be a very interesting little end game here because this Azumarill has 2 shields. They decide not to use a shield though, and instead are going to end up throwing a move here. They throw the Ice Beam, but our Galvantula is now going to be able to farm down, able to throw something, a charge move here on whatever decides to come in. They are going to come back in with G Stunfisk. I hold off and decide not to throw, and instead we're going to be going for the lunges because they are most likely going to be shielding these charge moves, so might as well get the debuff here. The attack debuff might be crucial, might allow us to win the game here, but it's getting very close. Most likely this Altaria here is going to get to a charge move right before we're going to be able to get to the discharge. This charge move most likely will be taking us out. Yep, it's going to be taking us out, even though it's 2-stage debuff. Kind of sad. Now with a little bit of change of scenery, we're going to be going up against an Ariados that's obviously going to be resisting the Fury Cutters, but they're going to throw a lunge at us. We're going to be throwing a Hydro Cannon at them. Hydro Cannon still, after the lunge, would do a ton of damage. The lunge, obviously, though, drops our attack a little bit there. We do get a fair bit amount of lag, and this is the match where the opponent just, unfortunately for them, stops attacking. They do not attack anymore, and so it seems that they close out of the app or something like that. And I wouldn't have included this video, but they do end up coming back at some point. So they swap in the Defense Form Deoxys, or they swap in G Stunfisk, we swap in Defense Form Deoxys, and as you can see, they threw a Mud Shot, and I was going to stop, as you can see there, and let them do a little bit of damage to me to try and make it a fair fight, but they decided they didn't want any part of that game anymore. Last match here, we're going to be going up against a Jellicent, another hard wall to the Fury Cutter Samurott here. We are going to still be able to chunk very nicely with the Samurott and Hydro Cannons, but as you can see in the last video, we were running a normal type and they had Bubble. Now we're running a water type, and of course they have Hex. So, you know, that's just how the game goes, right? You're never going to get what you want. We're going to try and save that little sliver of health on Samurott there for potentially a sack swap there. We're going to try for it. And again, another hard wall in the back. So we had a hard wall in the front and a hard wall at the back there with the Nidoqueen. So we're just looking at hard wall after hard wall right now. So not the most positive matchup. We're going to stick with it though. We're end up getting a shield from the lunge, which is of course super nice. They for sure could have just not shielded that. And again, the one thing that's bad about Galvantula there is the fact that it does, unfortunately, have a chunky fast move that doesn't take, or takes a long amount of turns to get through. Again, another Mandibuzz here. It's going to be having access to Foul Play. I don't know the exact, I'm going to have to go and do the calculations, the exact Air Slash moves, what each one is, so I can count that later on, because obviously the Snarls, it's 4-3-4 every single time, but with Air Slash it's a little bit harder to manage. We're going to be throwing another Thunderbolt here. They're going to allow us to take them out. They unfortunately end up getting to the CMP tie more than us. I should have tried to swap in there. I tried to leave, but that's all the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!